Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Inside the Nest. I'm your host, Zach Peters, where I talk about everything Westfield State athletics. Today, I am joined by none other than Dino Stellato. It's a pleasure to have you on, Dino. We've called a lot of games. We've had a really, really good year. I mean, winter sports has been phenomenal for us. Dino is a football player and sports broadcaster for those who do not know. We'll get into a little bit of just Dino's story. This show is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do with a solo show. I'm more of a breakdown, player highlights. I mean, we'll get more into that too. Since we are broadcasters and we call the games, we'll talk about some of basketball since we've done a bit of basketball. But yeah, Dino, so you grew up, playing sports your whole life. What was your favorite sport growing up?
Growing up, baseball was like the clear-cut favorite. I mean, I could play that game any day.
Did you have a certain idol who you looked up to?
Oh, Dustin Pedroia. I mean, short, laser show, had no power. I looked up to him, played the same way, same little jump before the pitch. And he was like the main reason I stuck with it because, I was small, I was skinny, I was fast. And that's kind of like the motivation I used to keep playing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so take us back to the beginning. What first got you into playing football?
So I had a tryout here for baseball, for the baseball team, and I didn't make the team. Only 5 kids tried out. I'm pretty sure 1 kid made the team. And I was bored. It was like 2 months. First time I haven't played sports in 2 months my entire life since I was like maybe 3 or 4 years old. And what had happened was it's kind of a funny story. I was watching the football team warm up because I recorded every single game at home. Mm-hmm. And now I forgot his name. He was a kicker last year. It was not Courier. It was the second string kicker. Or I guess he was technically the first string at the time.
Was it Cooper?
It was Cooper.
I forget his last name.
And I was watching and I'm like, honestly, I think I got a shot at this. He's got good power and accuracy, but I feel like if I go out there, I'd have a chance of taking him down or maybe even taking that spot. And went out to Dick's Sporting Goods, bought a pair of cleats, a football, and a holder, and just went out and started kicking.
Wow. So you started playing in college?
Yeah, I never played football in my life. It was soccer the whole time.
Wow. I didn't know that, Dino. That's awesome. Yeah, so did you grow up playing soccer?
Oh, yeah, Italian household, nothing else but soccer and baseball.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So obviously you were always a kicker since you...
Yeah, I always had a bit of power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's been the most memorable moment from your career football-wise?
So, I mean, I'd like to do a positive and a negative one. Obviously, the one I can remember the most was my first ever kick getting blocked and returned for a safety. Never played before. First kick, blocked, returned for a safety. That was definitely something I had to deal with and grow off of. But positive moment, I'd say the bus rides back. I mean, those rides back after an away win, obviously. Just so much fun, talking to the boys after, watching YouTube. I mean, I remember Brian Carlin, he's the punter. Him and I would watch Bryson DeChambeau's golfing videos on the way back.
Wow. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Bryson DeChambeau.
I love the videos.
Can't lie. He comes up with some entertaining stuff, too. I mean, especially with all the... like when he was trying to shoot it over his house, fall over his house.
That's actually how I discovered him.
Yeah, I mean, that was going viral. I mean, it works. He's not just a golfer, he's an entertainer too. And he knows that. Like the YouTube golf space, like he's so big for it. And I mean, I think what he's doing is just so great. What is something about playing football that fans don't always see or understand?
I would say outside of kicking, I would say how injury prone it really is. I mean, these guys every single day are battering heads, going at it one-on-one. And like you'll see guys go in, they'll sprain a finger practically, get it looked at, get it taped, and all of a sudden you're going right back out there for the next play because you don't have a lot of subs in football. I mean, we're a small program that's building up towards be a bigger one. So it's really just the amount of effort, the amount of hustle. I mean, we had maybe 2 months off when the season ended, and ever since then we've been back every single day training.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have spring ball too. You guys don't get much time off.
No, not really. It's almost all year.
Yeah. It's football is one of those sports that it's there's nothing really like it. It's so different, and you basically are you're battling out there. It's war. It's basically war out there. I mean, you only get 6 seconds each play, roughly, and then you go back out there. But also with the kicking side of things is just how mental it is. It is so. I mean,
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
I mean, I think growing up and playing baseball for me was just like so huge for other sports because baseball is the most mental thing, and then you get into any other sport and you're like, oh, this isn't that bad. I'm not over 4 with 4 strikeouts. I'm doing just fine. All right. So, who has been the biggest influence on your development as a player, either in football or any other sport that you've played?
Oh, any other sport? I would say any other sport. Now, way things ended wasn't the best, but probably my high school JV baseball coach. He was big in developing me and how I developed my swing. I used to do that Devers swing, like I was way back. I couldn't get into the ball. And then he changed me into the Anthony Rizzo kind of straight up stance, and that helped a lot. My batting average rose by like about 125, I believe.
Wow.
Just it helped incredibly, and I finished the career off like 300.
Wow.
Football, though, I'd have to go Coach Connie or Andrew Currier. I mean, Coach Connie letting me on the team, giving me that chance in spring ball last year was a big help. And then Courier's taught me everything I need to know.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, also like you can say like the easy answer is to say it, coach, and but like those players too are so, they get you inspired into the game and they help out and they're great mentors because they're going through what you're going through as well. So yeah, that's a great answer. What is the toughest challenge you've had to overcome so far in your football career?
I would say getting that first field goal, like hitting that first PAT, was probably the hardest thing in the world to me. Because I didn't hit one my first game, like I said, blocked and returned for a safety, and then that was the only chance I had all game because tornado came through, canceled the game.
Oh yeah, that was
against Castleton,
Vermont.
We got him again this year.
Yep. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, I had to sit with that for about a week, and I was told I wasn't starting that next game because Courier was back. And about 15 minutes before kickoff, I was told I was going out there to start because he wasn't ready to go. And that game, I ended up hitting my first one. But having to sit with that blocked PAT for a week, that is such a hard thing to get by.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's just. It's like same thing in baseball. It's like you're just struggling, you're going through a slump, whatever. So you might be a little like in your head. But yeah, I remember that game being called, and I was like, oh, what the heck? It said tornado. I was like, tornado? We're in New England. Like we shouldn't be getting those. But I mean, also many people don't know, but you just got surgery as well. So that's another thing you've got to overcome.
Yeah, I got lucky. I mean, I wouldn't say fully lucky. 20% of my meniscus is gone now, but I was lucky not to have to get a repair, which would put me out for 4 months. But now, 4 weeks, I'll probably be back. Maybe get the last week of spring balling.
Yeah, there you go. I have, unfortunately, have had experience with the meniscus tear. Yours is your lateral, right?
Mine was lateral. It's not common for a lateral meniscus tear to happen.
Yeah. I mean, you're a kicker too. You've been kicking your whole life. You're righty, I'm assuming.
Yeah, righty. It's constant pressure on that leg.
Yeah,
and even with the twist in baseball when you swing.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of strain on that knee. I mean, I, unfortunately have had 2 meniscus surgeries. It was the same thing where they went in to repair it, and then I tore it again. So they're like, all right, we just got to take it out. So I have no meniscus in my right knee. Fun fact.
It's insane, man. You have no meniscus. I got 80% of my meniscus. I think that's an average of a 40% meniscus.
We're just rare right now.
Yeah. Running off of fumes, but like
we're running off like not even one meniscus.
Literally
between the both of us.
Insane combination there. But yeah, it'll definitely be fun to work off of it.
Yeah.
Fluff comes off my jacket.
All right, so now transitioning into the broadcast side of things, when did you first realize you were interested in sports broadcasting?
So for sports broadcasting, it was my junior year of high school was when I realized I wanted to get into it because at the time I was like, okay, I've got to figure out something. I've got to know where am I going to college, why am I going there? And I noticed something I'd always loved to do was talk. I'd love to talk on the air. I used to record myself and post YouTube videos, go live on Twitch with -3 viewers or something like that. And then I noticed I love sports and I love talking. I love being on camera. I love being an entertainer. That's when I realized, okay, I love sports. Let's combine them. Let's get into sports broadcasting. And that's when I ended up going into my high school talking about it. And they showed me a broadcast journalism class where I learned how to interview people around my school. And a big influence that was actually an Uber ride to a mini golf course down in Saratoga Springs in New York, where an older guy was asking us, what do we want to do when we're older? Because he was like 60 years old and probably just trying to kind of just talk around, have a good conversation. And I told him, I love sports. I love talking. I don't know what to do with it. And he goes, well, you've got a good voice for it. You should try sports broadcasting. And that was also an initial click that I had something to go off of.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, most people don't even know what they're doing when they go into college. You know, I mean, I'll speak for myself. At first, I was in athletic training, like personal training too as well. And then I switched over to the sports side of things, the media side. I always, grew up doing YouTube videos. There's always that, young inspiration. But yeah, I would say, dude, you're way ahead of the game. You got a bright future. You're only a sophomore too, which is like, you're already running things out here when it comes to sports broadcast. I mean, me and Dino were just doing every game, it seems like.
I think there was a streak where we did probably 10 games in 15, 20 days.
Yeah.
Every other day working together.
Yeah. So do you remember the first time you were behind a microphone or calling a game? And
yes.
When was that?
This was my first ever game. It was with Braden Cutler, the original, and I used to be strictly a cameraman. And I told Dave, I was like, when I signed up for this job, I want to go into broadcasting. Can I get a game in? And he told me, yeah, you'll be on the women's soccer game against Worcester. And I remember this very clearly. I was all done up, almost had a tie on, hair slicked back. And I get in there, I got the wristwatch and everything.
Yeah.
And I just sit there and I say nothing.
Yeah.
Braden Cutler's got a script ready for the intro. I say that, and I'm silent for 15 minutes of the first half. And then I'm like, if I could bet on this game, I would bet Delaney Parker would score. And I'll get into that, what happened at the end of that, because it's an NCAA broadcast, so you're not allowed to say that. And I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
But basically, I say nothing. It was just awful. I was so nervous. I'm on camera. I said maybe 2 minutes of talking in a 90-minute soccer game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the game, Dave pulls me over. He's like, you can't mention sports betting like that on college soccer. The NCAA doesn't like that. I'm like, oh, but she scored, didn't she?
Yeah.
And she actually scored a hat trick. Delaney Parker was insane.
I mean, she was phenomenal.
All-time leading scorer and point scorer by her junior year.
Yeah. Just that's remarkable. I mean, I can share my story too.
Go ahead.
Mine was kind of a similar situation where I was put on color, but for hockey, and I was paired with Randy Elfman.
That's a great first gig.
Yeah, doing hockey, and I was like, I was nervous, and I said, I think I said a decent amount, but again, the hockey setup.
It's so hard, man.
Yeah, fun fact, we've got an interesting hockey setup. Gets the job done.
10-foot ladder.
Yeah, gets the job done. But yeah, my mic was like really quiet. You can hardly hear what I was saying, but I just remember being like full of just nerves. And then when it was done, I was like so happy. And then it's just like the more you do it, the more you get comfortable. It's like anything. The more you drive, of course, the first time you go out and drive by yourself, you're freaking out and you're scared. But once you do it a few times, it's like, it's nothing. So, So next question, how does being a player give you a different perspective when you talk about the game?
So do you mean like football-wise?
Yeah, or just even soccer too, or baseball, or any sport you played. So like being an athlete, and then transitioning into the broadcast, like what different perspectives do you have?
So yeah, going from like a broadcaster to football was definitely different because, being fully honest, I knew nothing about football. I barely watched football. I only watched, the Brady era and a little bit of the Mac Jones, Cam Newton time we had. That was a crazy time. And I went in there and I was told that there's these A gaps, B gaps, C gaps. I didn't know what they were. They put these plays in my head. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. So definitely getting from a broadcaster to a player standpoint was tough, but player to broadcaster has been the easiest thing. Like going soccer, I know everything about the game. Basketball, I nearly know everything about the game. Hockey, I'm learning almost everything. Still got to get the penalty signs down. And then baseball, I mean, that's just the easiest thing in the world. I could talk about baseball on a broadcast for 5 hours.
Yeah, I mean, we could yap baseball for a while. It seems like all broadcasters are big baseball
Big
fans,
baseball fans, especially at Westfield. I mean, I think we haven't had a single game this year or last season as well where we didn't mention a baseball fact.
Yeah, it's just so easy. I mean, I know with hockey we mentioned it too. Like, if the goalies are playing really well and the score is tied up at 0, we're like, oh, it's like a pitching duel in baseball.
Yeah.
We always relate it to something in baseball.
Baseball's got that one sport you can compare something to everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So next question is, what skills from football translates into broadcasting, if any at all?
I would just say teamwork probably. There's the main one there. I mean, because, you got to be able to communicate. You've got to work together. You've got to be friends with everybody you work with. Because if you don't have chemistry when you're broadcasting, it's going to be so boring. It's going to be so bad. Because if I say, like, when I lead you into a sentence, you know to kick in. But if I were to do somebody new coming in next year, they're not going to know what to talk about when I give them a lead-on sentence because they're not already thinking about it. So let's say teamwork communication is that one thing from football to broadcasting is what you're going to get.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is teamwork. And just, like you said, communication. It's like, okay, I'll lead in with this, and then I'll lead you into like you talking about stats or whatever it may be. It's kind of the same thing. Obviously, the physical aspect is very different.
A little different. I'm lucky to be a kicker, and I don't got to get too physical in football.
I don't know. We stand up for the hockey games. We get up and at them. I mean, sometimes we got to be agile too. With the puck, that can come flying at us, or even softball. With the setup, I don't know if you've done a softball setup.
I've done one or two, but I got a funny story about hockey. Because you know how we're always worried about getting hit by a puck?
Yes.
A puck was probably this close to coming into the broadcast booth in the quarterfinal game.
Oh, really? That was the game I wasn't there.
You weren't there. It was Jeremy, and I don't know who it was. Someone on Worcester just fired one, hits off of Colin Rowe's stick, and it just launches and hits a speaker. That speaker was directly ahead of us, and if it didn't hit it, it was going to smash into the broadcast setup.
Yeah. I'm surprised that hasn't happened.
This year is only year it never happened. Last year it happened.
Yeah. I mean, with us calling games too, like we don't even have to do like a game plan sort of say like you got to do this, you got to do this. Our chemistry's just there, and like we've done enough games where we know how to, you're the play-by-play, I'm the color guy.
Yeah.
So. Even though now in lacrosse I've been doing play-by-play, and it's obviously an adjustment because all winter I was just straight color for hockey and basketball.
Yeah, you got to get back into the standpoint of talking like throughout an entire game. Obviously, leaving the dead air every once in a while. Mm-hmm. But me, I've got to study some lacrosse. I got a game in about 20 days. I got to call JT.
Okay. Yeah, I had JT on the first game, and then he's going to be doing the game with me on Saturday. He's good. He knows sports. So, but okay. So, what's harder preparing for a football game or preparing for a broadcast?
I'll go off a personal standpoint because I would say football by a mile with all the training the players do. But for me, kicking wise in football, you just go in there and you go out, you kick, you stretch, and you're pretty much ready. You just got to learn the punt plays and the kickoff where you're going to go. Mm-hmm. Really, just learning the tendency of other teams. Mm-hmm. But broadcasting, I mean, before the playoff games, I was studying 4 or 5 hours a day, getting all the stats, finding where these kids went to high school. I found teams when they were like 13 years old they were on. So I would say preparation-wise, for me personally as a kicker, I would say broadcasting has more preparation. Mm-hmm. But as a whole sport and broadcasting, football's got way more preparation.
Yeah, it's a lot more physically demanding, the sport itself, but broadcasting is a lot. You got to kind of memorize a lot of stats. You got to know, like memorizing, how players did in their last performance if you were calling that game, or just, looking at stats but yeah, you would have these sheets that Cody, told you about, and you were very well prepared. I mean, you had a great stat with Kenny Rogers and Colin Quinn.
Yeah,
with the
that was
NCAA game that they faced off in high school.
all the way back in high school. Colin Quinn dropping 41 points in a loss.
Yeah, that's
I don't think Kenny's had a player score that many points against him in his entire college career.
that's just heartbreaking there. I mean, you put that good of a performance up just for your team to lose. That's hard.
I mean, that Springfield team is amazing, though. I mean, that's a great program.
I mean, that's where the Basketball Hall of Fame is.
Springfield,
You know, for a reason. So, okay. So, what goes into your preparation before covering a game as a broadcaster?
So obviously, there's like a ton of studying and everything like that, like learning the players, getting not only studying your roster but other rosters, and learning who's been kicked off a team, who's transferred out of school, so who's transferred in. That was a tough one coming towards the end of the season. But I would say the day of for games, because I don't eat about 2 hours before the game. I don't drink anything 2 hours before the game. And if I do, it's lemon water, just strictly lemon water or tea. And you've got a story about me with the tea before Kenny's 1,000-point game. That was a fun one.
Oh, do you want me to talk about that?
You can talk about it if you want.
Okay, yeah. So, so Dino was scheduled for just the men's game, not the women's game. I was scheduled with Cody for color. He was doing play-by-play. I was doing color for the women's game. And this was the last, I believe, one of the last regular season.
This is the final regular season
against
game.
Fitchburg. I do remember that. Yeah, it was at Fitchburg. And we finish up the game and everything, and Dino, strolls in a little early, and he's got his stats and whatever, and then so originally we were gonna have Nico on camera. Nico didn't show up, and you're probably thinking like, oh, who was the first cameraman? And they just left. I was like, you're good to go. If worst case scenario, I'll stick around. I'll do camera, and that's what I ended up doing. Everything worked out. That was fine. But then Dino is like, dude, I'm tired, bro. I was like, what'd you have? And he was like, dude, I had this tea. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, I drank the wrong tea. It was like, it had like melatonin or something in it. And I was like, dude, I'm like, you're going to be on the broadcast. Next thing you're going to know, we're just snoring. But no, you got through that. I mean, you were on color, right?
I was supposed to be on play-by-play for that, and because the things that happened with the playoffs was Cody was supposed to be on semis, and I was supposed to be on the men's quarterfinals for hockey, so I let him take play-by-play.
Yeah.
I was tired a little. I'll take the break, it's just so I don't mess up and just start, snoring on the air.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was really funny.
That was fun.
Hey, you grinded it out. You made it through.
I felt, you don't understand how quickly I fell asleep when I went to my room. I went to bed at 5 o'clock, and I woke up at 9:30.
Wow. I didn't hear that side of it. That's funny.
Slept for about 14 hours.
Hey, you needed it, I guess.
Clearly.
I mean, but this is the thing. We would work it so much, doing all those games. It's like,
mistakes gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, we were also juggling school too. Like,
that's the hardest part, I would say.
Yeah, we all look at like student athletes and like them juggling school as well, and trying to get good grades and whatnot, and which is very hard, But like also being a broadcaster too is like we do work games during the week, but also on the weekends too. It's we got to prepare for it. Obviously, like it's not as physically demanding, but it's mentally too, and there's a lot of effort and work we put in behind the scenes as well. Some of us have like internships as well, if we're like editing highlights or hype videos or pictures or photos or whatever it may be. So there's that side of it too. People probably don't think like there's that much preparation as there actually is. Is there a broadcaster or analyst you try to model your style after? I feel like this is a great question.
I feel like I think his name is Eric Davis. It is the Charlotte Hornets announcer. He's got that calm feel, and out of nowhere, he's just screaming, "I love Leaky."
Yeah.
And that's definitely what I try to go off of. I mean, some of the calls I make, I try to base it off of that, because if you start off way too excited, and you got to keep that level the entire time.
You're going to be drained. You can't be having your tea that you have.
No tea. You can't start off like that. Great way to start the weekend.
You got to have the right tea, that's for sure. Just coffee. I mean, even then, you gotta kind of avoid coffee because then you're jittery and.
Oh yeah, I've gone away from coffee because then your mouth is dry too. So like that little smacking noise you'll get, it's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I mean, I know you've mentioned that. For me, I would say, I was thinking about this. I was like, who would I say? Because I was like writing up these questions. I think Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson.
Yeah, I feel like he'd be my pick. I grew up like watching Steve Smith highlights, absolute dog, and then like also I'm playing Madden. He was like the voice of Madden for a while, like in the games.
Voice.
Yeah, it was like the Doritos Crunch play of the game or something. I remember
That's old. That's old. Timing yourself there, bud.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting old, dude. I'm like, what am I, like 2 years older than you?
Only 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. But hey, getting older. Let's see. What do you think makes a great sports broadcaster in today's world?
Besides knowing the game, I feel like it's no longer about the voice you have, because I mean, you're looking at broadcasters now that are way younger than the ones we have, and they have a softer voice. Some of them have like a lighter pitch. And it used to be you need a deep voice, you need to have a smooth voice. But I would say it's about what you can say and how you say it. Like, I would rather a guy that has a softer voice and knows exactly what he's talking about, makes great calls, versus a guy with a Joe Buck kind of voice and doesn't know anything about the game, doesn't know what he's talking about. Because your goal isn't to sound good, it's to entertain people and update them about what's going on in the game. So I would say it's definitely about what you say is like the most important thing.
Mm-hmm. I also think it like has to do with, just like the like you can have the voice, but like do you have the intelligence of like knowing sports, know what's gonna happen before it happens, or also because I feel like sometimes the voice can come. Like at first when I started, it was just like my regular voice, whatever. But like at least when I do play by play, that voice kind of comes out. But yeah, I agree 100% with what you were.
Real quick, going off of like what you said, like, yeah, I feel like after a little bit, you develop a broadcasting voice. Like, I feel like my normal talking voice, everyday voice, is completely different than the way I try to talk on broadcast, because I talk calmer when I'm talking to my buddies, when I'm hanging out with friends at a restaurant, or my family. But when I'm on a sports broadcast, I try to make my voice a little deeper, a little more smooth, and a little less like jumpy almost.
Yeah, and also like more enthusiastic as well.
Yeah, you've got to be enthusiastic. I mean, yeah, it's really just enthusiastic.
Yeah, I mean, you're eating. Let's say you're eating a sandwich. You're not gonna be like, "Wow, that was the greatest sandwich I've ever had."
You're not gonna say, "Now here's a guy." Like, you're not gonna go off of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. How do you balance being an athlete while also working in the sports media field?
So it's definitely harder, but like when we do have Wi-Fi on the bus, I feel like a lot of my time, like during the soccer season, I was still studying the women's sports team, watching their games. So when I don't have practice, I'd get out of practice around 7 o'clock at night, I believe it was, or 6 o'clock. Go in, shower, get out of my dorm, and instantly just have to start studying for games. When I'm on the way to away games, I have stat sheets pulled up, watching old highlights. It's really just making the time you have. So any empty time I had during the season was directly to school and broadcasting, and not like playing Xbox anymore. I barely have time for that because of it. So really it was just taking as much empty time I have and make that my studying time.
Yeah, I think the biggest skill you learn in college, especially if you're an athlete or you're working like we are, is time management. You know, it's like the biggest skill. But yeah, there's so much to juggle. Like, I mean, I brought my PlayStation, I want to say my freshman year before I started broadcasting, because I had the time for it. But like now I just don't have time. You know, it's what's more important, and what are you gonna make use out of your time that you actually do have. Because then you're just more prepared for the games, or just more recovered if you're recovering from after a game, if you're an athlete. So, yeah. Does covering sports change how you view your own performance on the field?
Absolutely. I mean, like, I'll see like let's go off with professional guys, even the guys in like the UFL, the XFL, so kind of like the Renegades and all that. Seeing how they play, they'll be like 23 years old and they're kicking 60 yarders at the Division One level, 58 as D2, and I'm like, I'm one level below them, and I am 20 yards below their average.
Yeah.
How can I predict? How can I get myself up to that standpoint? How can I get myself better so I can match what they're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know you've been getting into the UFL a lot.
I have.
As of late.
I became a fan of it back in the day when it was the Arlington Renegades. I believe they're the Houston Renegades now. And it was the first year it came back, and I was like, you know what? There's no team near Massachusetts. I'm going with the Renegades because I like the black and blue.
Yeah.
Because of Westfield, you know?
Yeah.
And they ended up winning that first year, but it's been just pure disappointment ever since.
Yeah, I mean, I also think like, I also like for hockey, like a team I like to root for is like the Kraken or like the Mammoth. The
Mammoth is a funny one because they're just such a random team. It's like, you know, the NHL games where like you make your own team.
Yeah.
It's just a bad logo.
Really, I really like the logo.
It just looks like a thing I would make on EA Sports or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but like, I like that they kept like the Mammoth the way it is, because like the mountains.
I was a big supporter for the Utah Yeti.
Really? Oh, that's a good one.
That one I didn't mind.
That's a good. Yeah, the Mammoth you got to think about.
I feel like it's gonna grow, kind of like the Cleveland Guardians grew back on me and stuff like that.
Yeah. When that was
I was
changed
shocked
to the Guardians, I was like,
wow,
that's gonna be weird. I don't know.
I call them the Guardians now. It took me a while to get used to.
I mean, yeah, sometimes I still call them the Indians or like even like the Washington Commanders.
I call them the Washington Redskins so much.
Yeah.
I've still because like I can't get out of that habit of calling it because it's been the name forever.
Well, it's interesting because you look at like still like the Blackhawks, like that's still a team. Like, is that going to be changed?
What's going to be changed? Like even my high school team got changed.
Yeah, or like what's going to be allowed? You know, when it comes to sports teams, you know, it's hard not to have an animal.
Yeah, it's just like because people like to go with a fierce animal or something like that describes what the team is.
Yeah, would you say an owl is a fierce animal?
It can be. It can be.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people don't know much about them because they're nocturnal and they're
always out at night. I mean,
they're in the shadows.
I think it's the only animal that can make its head turn all the way around.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Wow, that's scary. Have teammates ever joked about your analyzing their plays like a comedy?
I think so. I don't remember if it was Noah Gamache, but it was either Noah Gamache or Courier. They're like, all right, you want to tell me what I'm going to do next or something like that? And they're like, all right, if they do this, what should I do? I'm like, I don't know. I don't broadcast football. Yeah. I just sit here on the sideline and watch you guys play.
Yeah, I actually was very fortunate enough to work most of the football games. I'm doing play-by-play, and Evan was my color commentary, and we did a really good job. Like all the games were multicam. They kind of have to be. I mean, it's football, and that place gets rowdy.
I think we average like 1,200 people at the games.
Yeah, we had Anthony producing as well. He does a great job. Good job with the replays, and you know, I don't know. He's great. He's done a phenomenal job. Okay, so now more like fun questions here. If you could call a game featuring any athlete in history, who would it be?
I feel like I'd have to go a game with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I mean, like in history, yeah, there's Larry Bird and all that, but recent history, give me a Celtics game, man. I love calling basketball. Or give me Cam Boozer.
Wow.
Give me a Duke game.
Wow. Oh yeah, you're a big Duke guy.
Big Duke guy.
I was surprised when I heard that as well. But
what'd you think? What kind of fan would you take me for a college team?
BC.
Boston College.
You're just a big
homegrown guy.
Yeah, you're just a big Boston guy. You know, I would think like BC, BU. No, not BU. BC probably.
Boston College would make the most sense, I feel.
But like basketball, I mean, they're good at hockey. I think they're pretty good at. I think they're good at women. I know they're good at women's lacrosse. I don't know about.
Duke is really only good at baseball and basketball. I'm pretty sure they're all right at lacrosse, but their football team is. I was shocked they won the ACC. That was fun to watch against Virginia, I believe.
Yeah. They just had a big upset, I'm pretty sure, in women's lacrosse.
Did they?
Yeah, they beat BC.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, like by like 10 points. Yeah.
Jeez.
Something absurd. Okay, so what's one football hot take you have that might surprise people? Oh,
NFL or college?
I already know what the NFL was going to be.
NFL or college?
NFL.
Go back to the old kickoff. It's so dumb. It's like you're giving these guys 3 steps, and now you're punishing them for what they were drafted for. Don't let them return it. Try to pin them at the 1, or just try to kick it as far as you can, get a touchback, so then go to 20. Yeah. Now you're at the point where you're punishing kickers for being good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought you were also going to say the Super Bowl MVP. I thought that was going to be your hot take.
Super Bowl MVP, I mean, I do have another thing about that. Why is Jason Myers not the MVP? He put up all your points practically, outscored the Patriots, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Kenneth Walker, he got you there. What did he do when he was past the 40? Did he do anything past the 40?
I mean, that's why you need the kicker there, you know?
Exactly. You need the kicker.
Yeah.
You don't need a running back. Yeah, you have Gonzo locking up JSN, or Ekra, as they call him. It's a horrible nickname.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah. So who's the funniest teammate you've ever had, including all your career in sports?
Oh, it's got to be someone on the football team. Funniest, if anyone sees this, I'm going to get stuff for it. It's got to be Aiden Verba. He just says the most random stuff out of the blue. You'll walk by him and he'll say something crazy.
Really? Yeah. I thought you were gonna say Courier. I've heard Courier's
pretty funny, but he's not Aiden Verba level of randomness. Justo was hilarious. I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah.
He was super funny, except for the fact he speared Courier. That was a fun one.
What's your pregame routine or superstition? Whether it be going into a game as a player or anything when it comes to sports broadcasting.
So broadcasting, I don't have like a specific thing. I just go in there, study, and hope I sound good. Football-wise, it's not like baseball. I don't have like a pristine like wind up when I'll go out there. I've got to do this. But during the season, late in the season, I started developing this thing where I would sit in the end zone and kind of just like sit crisscross applesauce and just think for a little bit. Just get every little thought out of my head and just get the game directly focused on kicking in case I had to go in. And that's kind of something I slowly started doing, and I'll probably keep doing it because it definitely helps clear your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. What are your long-term goals in football and broadcasting?
Football-wise, just get the experience, play the 4 years, end off as an athlete. And obviously, hopefully, we end up winning a MASCAC. That'd be something awesome to do.
Yeah.
Football's different. You just win the league. There's no playoffs because it goes strictly and straight into the NCAA. But definitely want to end off on the top of the MASCAC. Broadcasting-wise, I mean, just go professional. Go for the Red Sox. Even if I have to do the Yankees, I just want to go somewhere I can broadcast professionally and have my voice out on TV.
I mean, that's saying something, going to the Yankees.
Going to the Yankees.
You're not a Yankees fan. That's
gonna have to put me on the radio because I'll be making faces all game. Yeah, even on the radio, I wouldn't mind being a baseball radio broadcaster.
Yeah.
It's just harder doing. I think radio is harder than TV because TV, you don't have to break everything directly down. But radio, you've got to say who's got the ball, what team, where they are, the time, the score, because they can't see that.
Another thing is like video compared to just straight audio is you can use your video to speak for itself. But whereas audio, it's like you're doing all the work. You're kind of painting a picture in the listener's head. But yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Do you wanna go in baseball, or do you have any?
I started off as baseball. Like that's my main goal. I'd love to do baseball because I know the most about it. But I haven't really done any baseball games here. With spring football, I just don't have time for it. So slowly my thing has changed, and not to want to be in the NBA, but I really want to broadcast Division I college basketball as my main goal for now.
Yeah, that's a good goal. That's
like
100%.
For now, the start is I'm going to try and get an internship at some news channel over the summer and probably start off there and work my way up to a sideline reporter and then hopefully get to the point where I can call games in the ACC. That's my main goal is the ACC.
Maybe Duke?
Maybe Duke. I mean, hey, I was listening to some of them broadcasters. They're kind of boring. Then again, every game is a blowout, so can you blame them?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I was the same way, Dino. Like, I was like, oh, baseball strictly. But, like, now that I've called, like, a few basketball games and, like, just been in that environment as well as hockey as well, it's like, I wouldn't mind doing that. I mean, football, too, would be cool. But you also have to think about their season because if you're a broadcaster, like, you're in season and off season. You have an off season. So you got to think about like when's your off season gonna be? Like if you were doing hockey and basketball, your off season's in the summer, which is great.
It's great, yeah.
But whereas for baseball, your off season is in the winter. So it's something to think. That's something I thought about the other day.
And I think a good thing is if you do basketball, that's why I want to go into is because basketball is an indoor sport. You can play it whenever you want.
Yeah.
When you're done with college basketball and the NBA, you got about maybe a month or two off, I believe it is, before, all right, summer ball. Now you got that summer basketball that they play, and usually they don't have the heavy hitter broadcasters out there, the big professionals like the Joe Bucks of the world. They have the younger announcers go, like the college announcers. They have a lot of those for summer basketball. So that's even better if you start going to like basketball as a younger athlete or a younger broadcaster, because you'll get those opportunities in the future. Obviously, bad time of the year, summer, you want to be out by the beach and everything. But
Yeah.
I feel like a future is a little bit more fun than some memories.
I agree with you. I mean, and also it's like, what do you enjoy doing? Like, what do you love more? I mean, I think if I'm looking back and just trying to put it in perspective, like, what would little me like have more fun doing? And like, I think they would obviously like me having a career in sports is just like, whoa, that's so cool, you know.
It's like what you grew up on. It's something I've done every day. There hasn't been a year where I wasn't playing sports or involved in any kind of team.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I was the same way. Like I played sports at such a young age. T-ball at 5, you know, and then I played T-ball since I was 5 all the way up until high school, you know. And it's just like once you're done playing sports, it's like, what do I do?
That's what I'm thinking. That's when I'm going to start picking up the golf clubs.
See,
every athlete's retirement sport.
Yeah, I've already transitioned into the golf. Golf is like my main thing now.
I didn't play last year. I didn't play a single course. Or no, I did like 9-hole courses, but I haven't shot an 18-hole course in like 2 years.
Really? I recommend to start out par 3 course in Southwick, Longies.
Yeah, that's actually the one I went to.
Oh,
that's
really?
The one my buddies and my buddy snapped his club over his head.
Really?
2 shots in a row were bad, smacked one against a tree, then shattered over his head. Had to get a new one.
Wow.
I've only broken one club before, and that's because I tried to tee one off the floor with the driver.
Yeah.
And just snapped in half and broke it over my knee.
Yeah. I mean, golf's one of those sports. It's so mental. It's like, honestly, like...
It's like baseball, boxing is just so mental, especially golf, because it's just constantly... There's no break in golf.
Yeah.
You're just constantly swinging.
That's another thing. I honestly think it's more mental than baseball at some points, because it's like... It's not like you're getting advice from a coach. I mean, yeah, if you have a caddy, but like if you're just out playing by yourself, it's like...
Oh my gosh. Never play golf alone. It is the worst thing in the world. It's so boring by yourself. I'm sorry.
I mean, I've never played like 9 holes or any holes, I guess, by myself, but I honestly feel like it would be relaxing. I feel like I'd be okay with it.
It's decent. Like, I went out to Longies, actually. I got a golf cart, little speaker, played some Italian music, and just...
There you go.
Played away until I lost about 4 balls.
Yeah, that's
it's very expensive, that sport, man.
Yes.
Nothing comes cheap with it.
Yes, very, very expensive. I mean, because it's like the clubs alone are expensive, the bag, all the accessories, but then like going to a nice course, you know, you're playing 9 holes and it's like $40 with the cart. It's like, you know, that adds up. Then you get food after, and
that's like $20 for the food.
There
You want to get a water, they're charging you $5.
Yeah, you ran out of teas. Oh, that's gonna be like...
Got to go get a $20 bag for 200 of them. Or you go to Longies and they sell used golf balls for $1 there.
There you go.
It's usually where I get most of mine.
I mean, to start out with golf, like at least beginners, it's like
buy used.
Buy something, like don't buy the expensive stuff to start.
You got to see if you're gonna like it.
I mean, you can get fitted for irons and stuff like that. I understand, but like, you don't want to get the most expensive putter. You don't want to get the Pro V1's most expensive
Pro V1s
golf
are bad.
balls.
I like, like it's expensive, but it's not as bad as Pro V1's. Top Flight's a good brand.
Yeah.
That's one I typically go with.
I think it's very underrated. Like people look at the brand and they're just like, oh, those must be like awful. I've used a few Top Flights. Like I'm guilty of it, and I like them.
The distance is nice on. I mean, it's crazy because like certain golf balls carry more than others.
They do.
And it's insane. And the more expensive ones tend to go further.
Yeah, I was just talking about this with my buddy yesterday, and like the nitro balls. Have you ever
the bright orange ones? Like the bright orange nitro.
They can be, but I'm just the brand itself.
Yeah, the brand's actually shockingly good. I use them too.
I've used them before, and one time I hit like a 7-iron, like 190, which is like, rookie numbers for Bryson DeChambeau, but like, that was like crazy, like when I started, But yeah, sometimes it's like you don't need to get the most expensive stuff.
You never
Especially
need.
When it comes to the golf ball, you might lose it, especially if you're a beginner.
I mean, I've lost my pitching wedge. I haven't had one in 3 years.
Oh, you need one though.
I've been using my approach wedge, or my approach one.
Okay.
Gotten pretty good at that, actually, except when I hit the top of the ball and he goes 50 yards over the hole.
Yeah, fair enough. So what advice would you give to athletes who want to get into sports media? I mean, I feel like, you can kind of get into like what made you,
So for me, it's like what I did was you've got to reach out. In sports broadcasting, opportunities aren't just going to come to you. You've got to know people. It's even just in communication in general. It's a big connections thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you look online and look like LinkedIn, all the broadcasters in local areas all connect on there. They all commute. They all converse. And you've got to reach out. If you don't reach out, you're going to go nowhere in the sport. That's how I got with Dave Caspel. The baseball coach gave me his email information after the tryout and was like, you got to reach out to him yourself. He's not going to reach out to you. I emailed him. About 3 days later, got the response, signed 50 pages of work, and then got into it. Now I've started reaching out to people like Jemiah Webster for the Red Sox. He does all the interviews, and he's messaged me once about a little interview I did with him, talking about how he got into the job, and he says, you've got to love the job, you've got to love the sport, you've got to love people, and you got to, like I said, you got to reach out. If you don't reach out, you're going nowhere. So get ready to talk and get ready to meet new people every single day.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just with anything. It's just networking. And especially, nowadays, it's a lot easier to network with social media and LinkedIn and all that fun stuff. But yeah, it's all about who you know. It's just branching out too and just, gaining relationships, with people. I mean, making use of all the resources we have here at school. And I kind of did something similar. I just like reached out to Dave through email, and then at first I was like, yeah, I'll just do camera, and then they just threw me on color and stuff, and
that's how it starts, man. It's like tough. It's a sport where it's a job where you have to make a name for yourself.
Yeah, and you got to take advantage of every opportunity. Like, I don't want to go in sports broadcasting. You do, but I don't. I want to do like more like behind the scenes stuff, like video editing or like producing. And I've been lucky enough to produce some of the games. That's been cool.
And you did a great job, obviously starting off slower, and now you've gotten to points where it's just perfectly in smooth production.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, doing the replays and stuff, that's always fun.
Replay is fun. Once you got into this like the mood of actually like getting perfect replays, it was awesome. Because I remember your first game, like you replayed them over the game.
Yeah.
And then this time you were perfect that last finals game. Unfortunate the way it ended up, but
yeah, I know.
Still not over that, and I'm not even a player.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying that right before we started the live stream. Is like I'm not over that. I mean, it's still lingering a bit. It's just
because it's like imagine your voice on the mask act saying Westfield's back-to-back champions.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like feel for the players as well. Like we know the players.
Very strong personal connection with the broadcast team and them. I mean, that basketball team probably the funnest to be around.
Yeah, they're all super nice people, and it's good to like ask some questions, get to know you, so people out there can get to know you. But I think we'll go into more like now doing like sports stuff. I mean, this is a perfect transition to go right into the men's basketball game, and I mean, we can just give like a story time, but also just like our thoughts on that game as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we got the I've got this up here. Go to the box score as well. Another thing I was thinking about is what do you think your most iconic calls has been? Because I've got my answer.
I think the most iconic one that people remember the most is probably the Man from Mars. That one I remember the most.
Okay.
But yeah. I think the most definite favorite one I had to do was the 52-point game from Kenny Rogers. And I didn't get to call the 1,000-point game, but I think that 2,000-point game, if barring he stays here, hopefully he does.
Yeah, I know people are still
there's still some stipulation from things, but I think 2,000 probably be my best call. But as of now, it's got to be that 52-point record breaker. I mean, That's once in a lifetime.
Yeah, that was definitely gonna be my answer. Kenny, get it to Kenny. He's
I'm yelling,
open.
and as that perfect camera cuts where he's just waiting there, and he's literally waving his arms in the air.
Yeah, and if you guys want to go see those videos, this is all on Westfield State Athletics, their website as well as their social medias. So if you want to go check those out, go there. That call was great.
That was awesome, man. I was literally standing up, like punching the air as it happened. I don't know if you remember that, but
yeah.
It was Valentine's Day, and that's a day to remember for literally history.
Yeah, that was gonna be my answer. It was the 52 call. That was awesome. But yeah, going into this championship game, absolute bummer. Yeah, I mean, for Worcester, they just had a pretty even scoring when their starters. We see here Buckle had 11, Wandy had 16, Okla had 15.
Wandy went crazy. He had a silent game. Like, it sounds like I didn't feel like his name was said a lot, but still 16-point game.
I know. I didn't even know that. I mean, I honestly thought Okla was just way out in front because he got the MVP.
He got the ball so much, MVP, the tournament.
But when you think about it, like,
this team just is an even strength team. They're losing a lot of players though. I mean, yeah, they're coming back, but they're gonna lose some seniors. Some juniors might transfer out.
Mm-hmm.
But look at a team like Westfield. I mean, they've got nothing but a future ahead. One player leaving, and he could still stay. I don't know what Thompson's gonna do.
Yeah, Joe Thompson. He's a senior, but he could, enroll into some grad classes.
Become a grad student, like a lot of hockey players do that as well. So who knows? We might see some guys back next year for hockey, such as Cooper Board, Sagan.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That'd be awesome to have one more year, but it's gonna be if not, it's gonna be a huge draft class for them.
Yeah.
Not draft class, but recruitment class.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Okla had 15 points, but I remember he had 3 threes. So
yeah, that was about 33% of his threes all year.
He only had 6 all year. You had a good stat there, but yeah, only 6 points from the field, which is just
insane.
He has a bigger stature. He's a taller guy, which is crazy.
They kind of locked him up all game. I mean, he was just in the way. He'd get the rebound, kick it out, and then no one was there. Like, I mean, we saw that missed dunk, but rebound went wide, ended up getting 2 points from that.
Yeah. And then, for Westfield, kind of same thing. I mean, Kenny 24, like, that's like an off game for him, because he, after that 52, like, just times 2. Not like more than that.
He over doubled that. That's insane.
Yeah.
I think. And 24, that's still a good scoring game, and the fact that's average to him is insane.
Jason James had a really good game, 15 as AZ. Lewis only had 12. Normally, I think he had like 30. Was it 33 against?
I believe it was 33 against Bridgewater or something like that.
Maybe.
I think it might have been the same team that Kenny broke the record again, just different team.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean. Yeah, that game was tough. I mean, Mency, only came off the bench very like vividly. He didn't come off the bench as much as he normally does.
Yeah, it was a big 5-man rotation for the Owls in that one.
I know his shoulder was bugging him a bit towards the end of the year. But yeah, I mean, another thing is like I want to see. I don't know if I can go into this game, but let's see if I can. Because I would love to show them like where they were up by.
If you're gonna go through there, you're not gonna be able to access it.
Okay, yeah.
Because all the games are gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, but
quarterfinals still there for hockey.
They were up by 10 points at one point in that second half. Do you remember how much time was left?
No, but I do remember how the game ended with that scoring run that Worcester was on.
Yeah.
14-2 in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was crazy. There was a big technical foul on Westfield's bench.
Oh, that one. I believe there might have been like 3 minutes left in the game. 3 to 6 minutes left in the game when that technical was called. And that, I said it on the air, that'll change the game and definitely change the game. That's what
100%
boosted Worcester for the win.
Because if you don't have that, and then you had Jason James hitting that half-court shot 3, boom,
yeah, that's why
won the game.
I was taking away the Jason James 3 Because that one just kind of chucked it up. Didn't change the outcome of the game besides a 2-point score.
Yeah, yeah.
So 14-2 run on a technicality.
Yeah, just unfortunate loss.
And I actually found out why that technical was called. I was talking to someone who knows Bing. His nickname is Bing, apparently.
Bing.
Bing. That's actually a pretty cool nickname, like that search bar.
Like Bing Bong.
I don't know what that is.
Bing Bong is from what is it called? It's a Disney movie. Inside Out. Inside Out. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, it's a little pink elephant, right?
Yes. Bing Bong.
Yes, I remember that. But apparently,
sorry, I got you really off topic.
You're good. This is your show. But basically, people were on the bench were talking about. I'm not going to say anyone about who it was, but people were on the bench were talking about Joe Okla missing that dunk.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess they were also saying some things to referee, and instantly ref got his feelings hurt. So I feel like that was more of a personal technical than they're doing something bad. Still an unfortunate one. Obviously can't say things to the ref, but as a ref you can't let that get in your head in a championship game.
Yeah, that one's tough. That really did cost the game.
It really did. Obviously that 4-point play was just insane. I mean, not much you can do about that.
Yep.
There's just so many things that were playing to the fact that this is Worcester's game to win. It was Westfield's game to lose, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, also the women's team, they lost in the quarterfinals?
Quarterfinals,
yes,
against Anna Maria. They got blown out.
That game was very, very surprising. I did not expect that to happen. Here, I want to see if we'll pull this one up here.
I think it was like a 30, 40-point game.
Yeah, well, Gonzalez, I'm pretty sure, did really well for Anna Maria.
Gonzalez went crazy. If I'm thinking about the right player.
But now
Ariana Gonzalez?
I believe so.
I think she went off.
Let's see. No, that's... And, like, the thing is, they beat Anna Maria earlier this year on the 11th by almost 20 points.
It's basketball, man.
We were expecting that to, kind of be repeated, but it was just completely flip-flopped. Anna Maria came in.
I would say I wouldn't even say they stole it. I mean, obviously, it feels like a stolen game, but blowout like that. I mean, 96-70.
Yeah, I know. I remember you and Ollie were calling that. I was producing it, and Ollie said he's like, I got a weird feeling about this. Like they just seem.
He said they don't
stiff.
seem like jumpy. Like look at Anna Maria. He said they're jumpy. They're excited. He said Westfield looked like they were walking into that one thinking they already won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just that confidence. And as you see here, Ariana Gonzalez scored 27 points and 12 rebounds, and Doyle scored 23. And that's just
50 combined from two players. I mean, absurd numbers. That's kind of like Sam Craig and Colin Quinn for MCLA. They combined for about 43.
Yeah.
Or 53.
Which it was a good game by Anna Maria. I mean, I think we got to switch something up when it comes to the full court press. And
I have to agree with that. I think the 5-man subs doesn't work anymore. I think you've got to keep your hot hand on me. And think there was a time where they were coming back in that game, and it was that first line, Morgan Berthium, Tavy Williams. They were going crazy. 8-0 run. You bring it within 5, make the sub. Now you're down by 15.
Yeah.
And the full court press, I feel like if they're breaking it every time, you got to change it. Yeah. Just for that game. It works a lot of the time. You led the nation in steals and turnovers per game. That's incredible numbers.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's also thanks to the players you have. I mean, Morgan Berthium, like, great athlete, isn't scared to, put her body on the line.
Like a Cam Hoekstra kind of player.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, she did what she had to do, and, they're losing her. They're also losing Tavy as well.
Small senior class for basketball this year.
Which is just, 3
seniors,
only
2 teams.
Well, I remember walking into the Woodward Center. I look around and I see it's senior day, and then I'm like, why am I just seeing Joe Tom? Like I just assumed we had at least more than just at least one senior.
And I was assuming that entire year, Thompson was a sophomore, and I was like, oh yeah, we have no seniors this year. We're all running it back.
Yeah.
And then I looked, and he's academically a sophomore. via the roster, I believe. But he's a senior athletically. I was so confused by that.
Yeah.
I was so excited for Thompson to have 2 more years here.
I know. That would have been awesome.
You have
'cause
Thompson.
This team is so...
This team was the winningest team in the MASCAC.
Yeah, they were
in history, I believe,
they
too.
were so strong, but it's also like you got to look at like they'll be back.
They'll be back to the finals next year.
You know.
Will it be at home? I don't know. You've got to figure out that center issue you're having if Thompson leaves. Maybe Sullivan, you can go with him.
Mm-hmm.
But Hoekstra puts on some muscle. I feel like he could go in there as well. He's a tall guy. He's athletic. He's quick.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see who fills in that spot that Joe Thompson did, and he was a great player.
I mean, best rebounder I've seen.
He did, though. I noticed he missed a few putback layups.
His last game, only 3 points. So, did that change things? Maybe. Could you have had that game and Thompson had a better shooting performance? Maybe, but it doesn't come down to him. He had 18 rebounds. He did what he was supposed to do as a center.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, bright future for the men's basketball team. They'll be back next year. They'll definitely be heavy favors.
Put a ring on it.
Yeah,
I definitely think Worcester and Westfield. I think because last year, I believe the first 2 years, Westfield and Worcester were 1 and 2. Westfield was 1 both years. Mm-hmm. This could be a year we see Westfield as second place prediction by the coaches' rankings. Mm-hmm. Just because they lost. I mean, obviously, you're going to go with the championship team, depending on the recruitment class Coach Sutter comes in with. But who are you going to recruit? You really only got to go for one player. That gives you so much space to move around.
Yeah. And something I'm thinking about is they have a lot of juniors right now.
Next year,
next year is going to be like, oh boy.
My senior year is going to be a full rebuild, and I don't know how they're going to do that year. That's kind of how I feel about hockey this year.
Yeah, with Kenny,
10 seniors.
Kenny's going to be a senior.
Kenny is just probably going to be the all-time scoring player. Will he be the best player of Westfield athletics of all time? Who knows? I think that's got to be Delaney Parker. I mean, breaking records by your junior year, all time. But if you go into the 2,000-point category, if he can get to the most field goals made, like if he can become like the LeBron James stat breaker wise, where you have every record, you'll be the greatest of all time. Because you got to look at Delaney Parker. I believe she had 11 or 12 MASCAC titles here.
Yeah.
Just insane numbers. I mean, 8 or 9 via track, 3 through soccer, and records, averaging a hat trick. Freshman year was the player of the year. Mm-hmm. Just absurd talent out of her. I only saw her for 1 year too.
Yeah, I wasn't even calling games yet, so I missed calling her last year, her senior year.
You and I would have been on those too, because we're the women's broadcasters.
Yeah, we did a few in the fall. They had a good season. I mean, they were MASCAC championships. You know, they won it. So
I watched that game. Thanks, Worcester. That goal call. Goal. That was it. And I'll never forget, like, part of me, I think it was Julia Robeck was in net, and she made a diving save and pushes the ball over the net, and he goes, save. It was like kind of like the nice on.
Yeah, we golf. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, we'll transition into hockey. As you see here, we got some of their most recent results. They beat Fitchburg 2-0 to end the regular season, which was just a great momentum, shift going into the playoffs. And, especially they lost to Fitchburg earlier this season.
Salem lost her too.
Yes, that did. We were calling that game. They lost to Fitchburg 4-1. We were calling that game. We saw a lot of goals in that second period, and then, losing to Salem was brutal in the shootout.
Both times.
Yeah, which they were very evenly matched teams. That's
been a fun playoff matchup.
Yeah, they are. They're on a roll right now, and God, that game winner by Cooper Board was just absolutely phenomenal.
I would say Fitchburg hockey announcers, greatest thing I've ever heard for a college broadcast. Mm-hmm. Even the Anna Maria guy, that guy is good. Anna Maria's broadcast for hockey. His goal call was great.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. The MASCAC's got some
solid hockey announcers.
Yeah, I mean, I know Fitchburg is, they've got their local.
They've got professionals. They've probably got like the 30-year-olds, I believe they are, going in. Professional camera crew.
Yeah, their local TV
But
station.
hey, it sounds good, so I'm not going to complain.
Covers it, and it was Yeah, it was a professional broadcast watching that game. I know we were texting throughout the game watching it. You know, when they scored, they were up like 2-0, and I was like, "We're rolling right now. This is amazing."
And they scored as soon as you say that.
Yeah, they scored right back.
And then we scored, and then they scored, and then they scored.
They scored with 8 seconds.
We were texting each other. We're like, "No way, this is about to happen."
Here, I want to see if this will come up here. Oh yeah, let's go to the play-by-play. With the goals scored right at the end. Oh no, this is gonna be. Yeah, right here. Goal with literally 8 seconds left to tie it up, and I was like, no. I was so ready. I'm like, dude, we're going to the Mazcac.
I was like, oh my god, this is it. One save by Winslow, and it's over.
Yeah.
And they just sneak it in. I mean, it's not even on Winslow. That puck was tipped.
No, yeah.
And that was the most NHL level goal. You had 6 players on the ice. And I mean, it's an logical goal. It reminded me of the Florida Panthers goal against the Bruins back in 2023, I think. Brought the players out, 5 seconds left, they scored, beat us in overtime to eliminate us. Still mad about that. But I'm just so happy we didn't lose that game. I would have loved them MCLA head on to that win because you and I'd be climbing a ladder with one leg to call that championship. 48 years it's been since hockey's been in the finals. First ever Mazcac.
Yeah, first ever go at it in the Mazcac, which is just so impressive, and it's just this team is really special. You know, we didn't think, looking at all the winter sports team that it would come down to.
I don't think they were gonna go this
hockey,
crazy.
And yeah, they're doing it. They're doing a good job. I mean, they're pretty evenly matched against Anna Maria.
They lost both games, I believe, though.
Yeah, they have.
4-0 was the one at home. No, we 4-2.
Yeah,
we stat padded a little bit towards the end.
Yeah, but if Anna Maria did end up winning that game, or if MCLA ended up winning that game, we would be calling the game this Saturday.
I was texting you throughout that game too. I was like, "Oh my god, they're winning!"
Yeah.
Then they scored, and then they lost in overtime. That's when I heard that goal call. It's on my podcast. That's actually tomorrow. I was like, "Dude, you're serious."
Go check that out. What station is that on?
It's 89.5 FM, WSKB 89.5 FM. It's only available on the radio though, because the website's been down for over like 2 months now.
Oh wow! But if you do have radio, everyone should go check that out.
Absolutely.
In their cars,
First hour is typically just all around sports, and we'll talk about Westfield. I'm gonna take, obviously, with no really Westfield sports I've had the chance to call yet. I don't have any information. I'm going to talk about the Westfield game for probably 15, 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then 40 minutes, we kind of get into all sports. And the last hour is called Inside the Booth, where we just talk everything about broadcasting and then just our lives. We'll ask like top 10 this, top 3 that. So it's kind of more like inside our lives.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
I like that.
A sports drive.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, so... if you guys have time, you guys should check that out. That'll be awesome. But yeah, we're thinking about going to that Anna Maria game. I'm still unsure. I don't know.
I don't think I'm gonna go because I've had the podcast and I've had my buddy. He's coming down for the podcast. I'm not gonna make him wait until 11 o'clock to start this thing.
Yeah, that's true.
We're gonna have big sports night in America Saturday though.
Mm-hmm. WBC.
You got
World Baseball Classic.
The Westfield game we're gonna have on. We're gonna have 3 computers running sports. We're gonna have the Westfield game. Then we're going to have the USA baseball game against Mexico. Great Britain.
Great Britain, I think.
Britain. And then on a third screen, the main screen at 9 o'clock, UFC is on. Oh. So we're going to have all those going at the same time.
Yeah. There you go.
Just absurd.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well get into story time while we're on to hockey. But, yeah, so if MCLA won, we would be hosting, the championship at Amelia Park tomorrow. And with Amelia Park, you have to go up this sketchy ladder.
And it's not like one of those like lengthy ladders where it's like slanted so it's easier. This is a flat ladder with circled like prongs that you have to climb on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy going up and down.
And that equipment can be heavy. I mean, we've got a conga line of 3 people. One's at the bottom of the ladder, one's at the top of the ladder, one's on the ladder actively climbing up and down.
Yeah, with their hands full, trying to maneuver.
Freezing ladder, too.
Yeah, it's cold in there. You just want to get home.
And there's no really other area for us to broadcast. There's no room, and it's a small arena.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, also too, I know like sometimes the internet isn't great, and
Ethernet goes out sometimes.
yeah, but we make it work. We get the job done. But the game will be at Anna Maria. So.
I'd argue second or third best broadcast. I mean, after watching Anna Maria, he's got some play on us. And nothing's beating Fitchburg. I mean, that is a beautiful broadcast. I will say it till the day I die.
Yeah, but the thing is, with us, we do multicam sometimes, and that obviously.
Oh, multicam. That's when our broadcast actually looks pretty good.
That would be a multicam. Absolutely, I know that for a fact. And yeah, that would have been awesome. But it is what it is, and the Owls got to still go get a win.
If I were to make a prediction of them winning, I feel like prediction wise for Owls hockey, if they win 3-1, they're gonna have to keep them low. Winslow's gonna have the best game of his career. He's gonna have to.
Yeah.
But if they even make one mistake and Anna Maria scores and builds momentum, they're not gonna get it back because Anna Maria, when they get momentum, they do not give it back.
Nope.
12-1-1.
Yeah.
Both games they've lost, I believe they were scored on first.
Yeah.
So you give them momentum, it's over.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, they were down in the MCLA game. I'm like, oh my god, this is great.
Momentum built after a goal leading into overtime, and they just ran away.
And they came back, and they won. And that's a very good point. Yeah, you can't give them any room for momentum or any reason to cheer for. You got to keep them at bay, and you got to avoid the penalties and and avoid the mental mistakes because we've seen that.
I mean, it's been a big issue this year with penalties. I mean, we saw all game against the Fitchburg. I mean,
yeah,
the Falcon. Wait, it's Fitchburg Falcons?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got that right.
Yeah,
the Falcons. I mean, we just got in our own way with the penalties. I think the only bad call was that Blengino dive.
Yeah.
Which I still don't understand that call. You hit the puck first. It's like soccer. You tackle the ball first. It's not a foul.
Yeah. But the officiating and referees have been pretty good.
Pretty good in hockey. I mean, that was like the only bad call I've seen in my entire time of every single home game I've done.
But yeah, Winslow's got to be rock solid. I mean, he's been phenomenal.
Been a wall in the playoffs.
He's been phenomenal this year. I mean, I actually talked to him yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw him at the gym and went up to him and said, like, good luck, this weekend. You've been great, just keep going.
Absolutely. I saw Coppola, because obviously seeing the players in Woodward a lot during Lev, I saw Coppola out there. He's on a hot streak, man. I think he's on a 4-game goal streak.
Yeah, Coppola is moving.
The Italian stallion, man. He's going.
Yeah, he's that's another thing we can mention. His dad came up to us before the broadcast and said, like, keep it up. You guys do a great job. We've gotten a few compliments.
I think every single game since the last week of regular season, we've received multiple compliments on the broadcast.
Yeah, which is awesome, and we love to hear that. We try, we try our best. So just awesome that fans, enjoy it, and
it's good they do that because like if they're going out of their way to come up and say we're doing good things, it means they're enjoying it.
Yeah,
they're not just saying it to say it.
Exactly.
Because we're out of the way of everyone for most of our broadcasting.
Exactly. Yeah, but that game is tomorrow night.
6:45.
I believe it's 6:40.
6:40.
So
I'll
be watching that one for sure.
I'll be watching that one.
That will be a good one. But yeah, anything else you want to say, Dino, or any stories?
I mean, there's so many stories we have, but that would go on forever. I mean,
we'd be here until the game.
We'd be here till Saturday. But honestly, I mean, women's soccer, I think the best one was that quarter. I don't even think we called a playoff game.
Did we? No.
I don't think we did.
No,
Did we have the quarterfinals?
I mean, I know they beat Bridgewater.
Was it
the Bridgewater one?
I don't think we were the 6th seed or the 5 seed. We're like the 3 seed.
Yeah, we were. I think we were.
We definitely got a game, and that's all I remember. But obviously, I think just seeing the team play, that was awesome. I feel like we knew they were going to win that year. I mean, they were just dominant.
Yeah, that women's soccer team, a lot of good athletes. They're losing Maritsuka.
Kiana Maritsuka, I forgot. That's going to be a tough one. Again, Berthium's gone.
Berthium, too.
They're losing a lot of players. I mean, they're getting some. I know one of the players that's coming to play here for the women's soccer team. She's really good. She's out of Agawam. But it's going to be a tough build, I think, to come back after losing many seniors.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, that's kind of been the story is, like, how can these teams rebuild, after losing so many? And a team that gets that question a lot is now the lacrosse team. Now that spring sports are just kicking off, they've lost I believe it's their top 3, top 4 leading point scorers because they graduated and whatnot. But they did have a matchup against MIT where they lost pretty bad.
I was watching the first quarter.
Yeah.
I think they go off of quarters. Let's see. Like I said, I got to learn some lacrosse.
It is quarter period.
And it was a decent score. Then I looked at the final score, 24 to 11. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, 24
Look at that Padres game yesterday.
It looked like a football score.
It was like a football score.
Yeah, but a lot of positives that came out of that game for Westfield. I mean, MIT is a ranked team. They beat number 14 Babson to win the new MAC. They won 16-6. So, I mean, they're just a phenomenal program, phenomenal team. They had one, Ashley Thomas, number 16 for MIT. She scored six goals and had 3 assists.
Double hat trick. A hat trick of assists and a double hat trick is insane.
She was great. I mean, they had a few scores. Had 4 goals, 3 goals.
I believe you mentioned somebody on their team early in the pre-show of the game had 130 points or something last year.
119, and she had more assists than she did points.
That's ridiculous.
I think she had 58 or 68 assists and 51 points. Something
That's
absurd.
Insane, man.
Yeah, but that team was really good. But the Owls looked really good offensively. They took I want to say under 15 shots, and they scored 10 goals. They were very efficient with the shots that they put on net. They've got, young talent with some of the freshmen. Their new fitting Emma Pratt's spot is Emily Heslin. She had a goal herself. Marina Morales is going to be their main player who just brings it up, kind of like a Mackenzie Black. She's really fast and she'll score a lot of goals. I think she had 2 or 3 actually in that game, so she had a good game. And then the D1 transfer, Christina Roncarati. Yeah, you can tell she's D1 based on how she plays, and some of the moves she made to score some goals were just phenomenal. I'm like, yeah, that's just that next level. But a lot of positives, from that game, and I think they're going to be real good in conference play. So
that big thing is going to be conference play. It really doesn't matter how well you do non-conference. If you can just sweep away your conference, pick and choose who you beat.
Mm-hmm. And you could be thinking, why is Coach Petrulis picking all these hard teams? I mean, they need it. They need to go against.
Challenge.
They need to go against the tough opponents, because once they get to conference play, they're like, okay, we're ready. We've already played some of the best teams, in the conference, or just in the area that are ranked, in Division III. So, yeah, I mean, I think they've got a lot of good going, for that lacrosse team. Even though it was a big loss, it was also it came out with a lot of positives. You scored 10 goals on MIT. That's a real positive.
I think you mentioned that efficiency too. 15 shots, 10 goals. I mean,
yeah, they were very efficient. It was a very good game. And their next game will be tomorrow, Saturday at 12 p.m. against Johnson & Wales. I'll be calling that game with Jeremy Chartier. And we called the last one, so that'll be good. But, yeah, Dino, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. Stay tuned for the next show, which won't be in 2 weeks. It'll be the week after that because of spring break coming up. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, Dino. Thank you for coming on. I've been your host, Zach Peters. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good one, everyone.